Okay, there we go. I apologize, everyone. We are experiencing technical difficulties this morning. I'm not quite sure what the issue is, but we are finally live for our chair yoga for today. All right, I always have to adjust the volume because we are streaming from Zoom to YouTube live. There's a little bit of a loop and a little bit of feedback, and there's also a little bit of delay for me. So this is a challenge, and I apologize. Anyway, thank you for coming to our chair yoga today. It is allergy season down here in Valdosta. And so today's practice is going to be focused on allergies. So if you will, find a chair that you are comfortable in. I do suggest one without arms. Today we are going to be definitely using side to side movement. I'm going to stand up a little bit closer because that just hit that desk or that table right there. So, yeah, let's find your chair. Go ahead and sit in your chair. You want to have your feet flat on the ground. You want to have your ankles directly under your knees. So it's kind of a 90-degree angle. And if you will, stack your head over your heart and your heart over your belly. You can have your hands on your thighs if you'd like to begin with. And we're just going to take a moment right here and right now to check in. I invite you to close your eyes. Maybe notice any feelings in your body. Maybe notice the natural rhythm of your breath, the feel of the air on your skin. Maybe notice any sounds around you. It is okay to notice sounds both inside and outside your practice space. But once you notice and acknowledge them, let them go. No judgment. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, now is a good time to do so. That can be a goal for your practice or your life. It can be a mantra, a focus word, or even a prayer. And when you're ready, we're going to begin our breathing practice today. And today's going to be a little bit different. So you might want to flutter your eyes open. We are going to do our alternate nostril breathing for our allergy season. To do that, we're actually going to take our dominant hand, whichever one it is, right or left, and we're going to make a fist. We're going to extend the first two fingers and place them between our eyes. Then we're going to extend the pinky and the thumb. And I know this is really strange. The only finger that's down is that ring finger. We're going to take that thumb and we're going to close the right nostril, only the right nostril. We're going to breathe in through the left nostril all the way down into our belly. And then we're going to exhale out through that left nostril, navel to spine. Now we're going to switch sides. We're going to take that pinky, we're going to close the left nostril, and we're going to lift that thumb off the right nostril. Breathing in through the right nostril all the way down into the belly, and breathing out through the right nostril, navel to spine. Let's switch. Close with the thumb, open the pinky. Breathe in through the left nostril. Breathe out through the left nostril. Switch sides, close with the pinky, open the thumb. Breathe in through the right nostril. Breathe out through the right nostril. Now switch, close the right, open the left, inhale. Exhale. Switch sides, close the left, open the right. Inhale. Exhale. Close the right, open the left, switch. Inhale. Exhale. Close the left, open the right. Inhale. And exhale. All right, we're going to take it up a notch. And I'm going to show you one way that you can modify that. You can actually make a full fist and only extend the pinky and the thumb. I like to do this. I don't like to have my fingers on my head. So I'm going to use that thumb. I'm going to close the right nostril and I'm going to inhale through the left all the way down into the belly. And then we're going to switch. Use that pinky, close the left, open the right, exhale. Switch, close the right, open the left, inhale. Close the left, open the right, exhale. Close the right, open the left, inhale. Close the left, open the right, exhale. Last time, close the right, open the left, inhale. And close the left, open the right, exhale. And then you can drop your hands down by your side. That is our alternate nostril breathing. It is a great way to clear out those sinuses. All right, when you're ready, bring those hands back to your thighs and then drop them down by your side. On your next inhale, sweep both hands up to the sky. And then on the exhale, we're going to drop and down by your side. And you can hold onto the side of the chair. Lean over to the left, opening up that side body. Both hips are in the chair, pushing into the chair. You can open the heart center if you'd like, opening up that breathway. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, sweep both hands up. Exhale, drop that right hand, lean over to the right. 4 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. On your next inhale, engage your core, lift both hands up. We're going to twist to the right, left hand on the right leg, right hand behind. Look over that right shoulder. 4 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. All right, sweep both hands up, bring it all back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand on the left leg, left thigh, left hand behind. Look over that left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, sweep both hands up, bring it all back to center. And then exhale, draw those elbows down into your cactus arms for our seated cat-cow. So on an inhale, push the heart center forward, tilt the pelvis back, look up. Exhale, tuck the pelvis round the back, elbows together, chin to chest. Inhale, open it up, look up. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, round. Inhale, open it up. And exhale, round. Inhale, push the hands to the sky. And exhale, drop those hands down by your side. All right, I'm going to move forward just a little bit more because I am hitting that table to the side. And like I mentioned today, we're going to be using this space side to side quite a bit. All right, when you're ready, drop those hands down by your side. On an inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. And then on an exhale, we're going to bring those hands down to either side. Okay? Inhaling here. On the exhale, bring the left hand all the way to the right arm. And then we're going to inhale, open it up. Holding those arms up, we're going to look to the left. And we're going to hold this for 4 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, bring the gaze back to center and release that left hand out to the side. Inhaling here with the heart center open, taking a big breath. Exhale, bring that right hand to the right side, let the gaze follow, and then draw that right hand back to your heart center, taking that gaze all the way over that right shoulder. 4 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, bring the gaze back to center, opening up that arm to the side. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, draw them down to either side. All right, that was a new move for us. And this next one is going to be as well. You're going to want to move forward to the front of the chair. You're still sitting fully on the chair, but you want some space between your thighs and your knees because we are going to open these hips up. So we're going to take the knees out to either side, okay? And from here, we're actually going to rotate to the right. Take that back foot out as far as you can. The front foot is facing the same direction as the knee. The back foot, you can't see it here, I'm sorry, but it is at 45 degrees. All right. From here, this is our warrior pose. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. And then we are going to come out to our warrior 2. Then we're going to bend that right elbow and bring it down to the knee. We're going to take the left hand up and over into our extended side angle. And we're going to hold that for 4 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Sorry. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to windmill it back up to warrior 2, and then we are going to reverse our warrior. So flip the palm up, lean into it, and then reverse it backwards. 4 breaths. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, take it back to warrior 2. Good. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to windmill that back arm forward and shifting the hips towards that knee. Warrior 1. And then exhale, bring it down. And then we're going to rotate back to the front. So the legs are still out. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So we're going to shift towards the left side, bending that left knee, taking the right foot back. Leg is at or foot is at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, windmill the hands up. And then exhale, bring it out to warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to bend that front elbow, that left elbow, bring it down to that left knee. We're going to take the right hand up and over, extended side angle. Inhale. Exhale for 4. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. On the exhale, windmill it back up to warrior 2. Good. Inhale. exhale. All right, flip that palm up, that front palm, lean into it. Reverse your warrior. Sorry about that. I wore the wrong shirt today. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, windmill it back up to warrior two. Windmill the back arm forward, warrior one. As we drop it down, we're going to pivot back to the front. We're going to do that one more time on each side. So pivot to the right, bent knee, left leg is extended, foot is at 45-degree angle. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, take it to warrior two. Good. Extended side angle, bend that right arm, comes down to the right leg, back arm up and over. 4 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, windmill it back up to warrior two. We're going to reverse our warrior. Flip that front palm up, lean into it, and then reverse. 4 breaths. Opening that heart center towards the sky, taking big full breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And on the exhale, take it back to warrior two. Good. Windmill the back arm forward, warrior one. Then bring it all to center. Good. Other side. We are going to pivot to the other side. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale it out to warrior two. Inhale. On the exhale, bend that front elbow, that left elbow, bring it down. Back arm comes up and over, extended side angle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, bring it back to warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, windmill that arm back and up. Warrior one. And then exhale, pivot to the front. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, drop those hands down and pull those knees in. All right. We're going to sit all the way back in our chair. You can extend those feet outward. You can lay back in your chair if that feels good and find a little savasana. If you also would like, and you have the opportunity, you can't really see me where I am. Let me see if I can scoot it backwards. But you can also do a version of legs up the wall where you get down in the floor and you put your feet up in the chair for your savasana right here. I don't know how much you can see me because there's a delay, but hopefully you can at least see my feet. There we go. All right. And take just a couple of minutes here. Today is a shorter practice, but I invite you to close your eyes and take a moment, because when you're fighting these allergies or any type of sickness, you do need to allow your body to rest because it is working double time trying to fight off those invaders. And then whenever you're ready, make your way back into your chair if you're out of it, or slowly sit up. We only took a minute as a break today in our Savasana, and this is a much shorter practice than normal. But I'd invite you to take a few deep breaths with me before we close out our practice. So if you will, stack those ankles under the knees, stack the head over the heart and the heart over the belly. Let your hands fall down by your side. On an inhale, we're going to sweep the hands up overhead, facing up. Exhale, flip the palms, bring them down, chin to chest. Inhale, palms up, face up. Exhale, palms down, chin to chest. Last time. Inhale, sweep the palms up, face up. When you get to the top, bring the palms together in your prayer hands and slowly lower them down to your heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to lead you in your practice today. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste. Once again, thank you for joining me today, and we will be back in a couple of weeks.